Okay, people. Um, I come today with our first conundrum, right? The first bump in the road for ye old YouTube channel. And it's all this book's fault. Okay? Great cover, by the way. Yeah. This book is Citizen Kane, a filmmaker's journey. Now, I'm going to see how do I want to do this. I'm going to get into the book, then explain the conundrum, and then I'll sort of try and leave it to you. Let's see if I can remember to do that. Okay. From the start of this channel, I've had a pretty simple rating system, right? You all know it. You've all seen it a million times. It's a 5, it's a 1 to 5 rating, right? With 5 being good enough for anyone to read. And I would suggest everyone should read. Even people who don't like to read, right? 4 is, I would say, a must read for us readers, right? Because there'll be stuff in it, there'll be flavorings that the common masses just won't be able to appreciate. So, shouldn't even waste their time. A 3 out of 5 is, it breaks down in genre, right? If I'm very much into fantasy, don't read this biography. Or, if you want history, don't read this sci-fi book. Stay in your lane. You can skip this. Don't worry about it. But for the rest of us, yeah, this will be fine. It's not going to set the world on fire. A 2 out of 5 is one you now have to think twice about, even if it's your chosen genre. I love all biographies. I love all histories. Hold on a second, sir. This is a 2. This may even be a waste of your time. You who've sat through, hundreds of hours of whatever that boring subject was. That's a 2 out of 5. Then we come to a 1. And honestly, when I made the rating system, I didn't have in my mind a particular book. When I first started, I thought, this will just be for, like, anything that I hate. Right? But that's not how it's turning out. A 1, I said, is a book that's so bad it could be burnt, right? That no one would miss it if it got burnt. That's how bad it is. No one should read it under any circumstances. And so we cut to a filmmaker's journey. What do we think this got, people? That's right. This is our first 1 out of 5 right there. The first. I can't believe it either. It looks so great. Let's be honest, we all judge books by their covers. This one's a great one. Behind it, it's got photographs. Hold on. It's got photographs. It's printed very well on nice paper, nice font. Why is it a 1? It's a 1 because it's not a book. I know it looks like a book, right? It's big and fat. It has all these pages, but it isn't a book. This is just a collection of facts, sort of thrown together and shaped like a book. Each page looks like a book page, right? There are chapter titles that appear to be chapters or something of that. Right? See, it says 5. It's production. There's a little quote by Orson Welles. But it isn't. Nothing in that. There's some RKO production in this chapter, but then there's all sorts of other random stuff, right? Disjointed. It's disjointed. It's thrown together. But even that, I think, would have earned it a 2. But what we have here is no attempt, I think. Maybe there was an attempt. Maybe Harlan Lebo. Maybe he just sucks. I have no idea. There's no writing in this. It just isn't. It's just facts. It's quotes thrown together. There's no writing in it. It's not even bad writing. It's just not non-existent writing. And if you read biographies, you'll know what I mean. This is 1940 something such Hollywood. A lot of crap happening in that time. In Hollywood, in politics. I think Hitler just started invading over there. There's a lot going on, and it's close to other eras, right? Which in the movie, we cover it. In filmmaking, there's a lot going on, right? As directors, in that time, directors were sort of under the thumb of the studio. On and on we go. But he gives me no sense of 1940s Hollywood. He'll talk about special effects, then gives me no real sense as to what that looks like then, as to why then what they're doing should be revolutionary. He doesn't. It seems to be like all these facts that just come out of the blue. He can't. This guy ended up in Gone with the Wind, and all these other things, and I'm like, what does that have to do with Citizen Kane? Right? Has nothing to do with Citizen Kane. He just throw it in there because he can't get over the fact that this guy is such and such actor. Right? Orson Welles on his own from like 15. He just flew out to Ireland or some mess. It's exciting. They describe Orson Welles as like a genius. Give me no sense as to what normal 16-year-olds are doing. No sense as to, flight. What's Ireland like? What would he be like in Ireland? What was he like on stage? Just says he's a wonder kid. You're like, oh, well, a lot of that seems interesting. My bad. Hold on. I had to sneeze. What was I saying? Ireland, right? No sense as to any of this. Yes, I get he tells me this is a wonder kid, but what about it makes him a wonder kid, right? How is he different from other people? Nothing. There's so many opportunities to expand. It's almost like I'm reading the memos that he would have used for his research. Here's what they did on such and such day. Here's what they did on that day. He'll break down, like describing the scene from a movie and how it's different from the original script or some mess like this. There's tidbits about Mankiewicz, a famous writer of the time, and the issues he had getting a credit. There's issues about I think William Randolph Hearst, a major publishing tycoon, and the issues he had with the movie. But I get no sense as to why this is a problem for the movie. Who cares if some newspaper guys yapping about your movie? Who cares? I'm sure he's a massive tycoon and blah, 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 but I get no sense about it. There's just quotes. There's just quotes and then sentences to get to more quotes. And some of the quotes are tangential to the subject at hand. And then some of the quotes lead you off into things you want to read about, but won't get into. So that's what I'm left with. And so now I come to the conundrum. All right, it's a 1 star. It's a 1 out of 5. Don't read it. Don't bother with it. Don't even look at it. I'm tired of looking at it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't want it on my shelf. What's the problem? The problem is this video, right? I'm not going to grab these ideas and, expand upon them with my own research or this or that. That's what the book should have done, right? I think it would give a false impression as to what's in the book. and then make people want to go read it. Like, maybe he got it wrong. Well, I didn't get it wrong at all. Right? So I'm not going to do that. A lot of these things are interesting to me. Orson Welles is interesting. The filming, Hollywood filming in 1940 with the big rails that they had to put the cameras on and all, that's very interesting. But I'm not going to expand on it. So what does that leave me for this video? I do these videos once a week. Now, I have to think of the audience as well, right? Some of you, maybe this is part of your routine. You watching this video, it's the one video I'm going to do a week. It's going to be short, right? I don't want the viewers here feeling gypped, is what I'm going to say. So, this will be a short video, but I'd be willing to do a second video, right? To put it out like Monday or Tuesday or something like this. So that there's not this massive gap in let's say, content. Right? Now, to some of you, this may be fine, right? A little taste of a book. I got another recommendation under my belt. I know to run from this book, right? And maybe we don't need another video. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I have no idea. What I've decided in my mind is just to go with this, even though it's short and there's not going to be like next to no editing on it because it doesn't need it, right? I'm not going to put ads at the end. It's just going to be a short video and you'll grab it, and maybe if you're new, you'll look at other videos. But if this bothers you in some kind of way, put down in the comments, get me another video, right? It won't bug me. Maybe even years from now, if people start grabbing this video and then they want another video, maybe I'll do a second one that week too, right? It's like I'm gonna owe you a favor, right? Because it's not a book, people. This is not a book, and my channel's about books. I honestly didn't think I'd get a 1 star. Maybe I gave another book a 1 star, but I can't remember what it is. If it would have been that Game of Thrones, but I can't even give it a 1 star. Because there's a story there. There's something happened. They painted a picture. Now, some of you who aren't biography fans, right? Maybe you're thinking you're overdoing it. And I'm not. Okay? Go grab this book, The Path to Power, Robert A. Caro. All right, a lot of this happens in Texas. I live in Texas. I'm freezing right now in Texas. My man paints a picture. He gives you such a great sense of Texas itself, and then adds to that sense what it was like in the 20s and the 30s, and then what it was like in this particular hill country of Texas. On and on we go, right? So there are biographers who paint the picture. Now, I'm not arguing with any of this man's facts. I'm sure everything he said in here is 100% a fact, but that's not what we get a biography for, right? We get it to paint us that picture. So I have this strong opinion about the time that I, as the reader, can then compare to other strong opinions, let's say, about the time. And then in my mind, I form what I deem as the picture of what happened. Because I don't know, because I wasn't there. You see? And he failed the assignment, people. There's no book here. There is no book. Nothing. There's no growth. There's no building. It's just quote after quote. Interesting quotes, but quote after quote. There's no book. And so that's it, right? This is our video this week. And I can see if I were watching this channel and I tuned in to get something deeper about a book, then I'd be a little annoyed. Now, if I tuned in just for the ye old recommendation, I think I'd be fine with it. But you all tell me, because I'm not. I'm at a bit of a loss. Right? There can't be too many of these, so don't worry for in the future. I like a lengthier video, right? I like about an hour, 45 minutes. So that's what you could expect in the future. But this one gave you nothing. It gave me nothing. Don't read it. If someone you know likes books, don't get it for them. Now what you could do is you get the cover and you wrap a better book in it and then give it to them as like a prank, a gag, right? I didn't get you a book. Oh, wait, it's Lord of the Rings. What a waste of time. This book was a waste of time. No, it wasn't. It's not a book. This isn't a book. It's a 1. 1 out of 5 people. All right. Tell me what you think. Other than that, have a good one.